At us.
Right. Are we live? Awesome. Hi guys. How is everybody doing? I have got such a treat for you today. I have asked my good friend, client, and basically mentor too, Dorothy-Inez, to jump on here and really talk to us about a subject that is close to my heart, which is confidence. This is something that I see come up time and time again for my clients, even for myself as my business grows. And I really wanted to talk about the subject of authentic confidence. So what Dorothy-Inez does, she is a confidence and mindset mentor. Right. And she's done this. Like, she's not just, this is stuff that I've seen this lady in her business. I've seen her outside of her business. She actually is the real deal. And a little bit about how we met. I met Dorothy-Inez in London when my business was just starting out, right? And she just said to me, I see something in you. You're supposed to do this and that. And she's got this ability to see the essence of that person and help bring the confidence out. And when I tell you, when she said that to me, it was like it ignited something in me. And I was playing really small at the time, if I'm honest. So thank you for that. I'm going to let you take the floor so you can tell us all about authentic confidence, as especially if we can focus on, and I know the clients we work with us, like women leaders and those women that want to scale their business. They want to go from 6 to 7 figures. They want to, what does it take? Like, how can we have that confidence to really show up?
Well, just what I would like to do. First of all, let me say thank you to Nargis for allowing me to be her guest. This woman, like she said, the minute we met each other in London, we just had like this heart sister connection. And that was what, 2 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And she took my photos and she helped me feel so glamorous. And I had such a great time. And her makeup artist was good because I'm a makeup artist, and so I'm real particular. And she had a great makeup artist and we had so much fun. And so Nargis, it's just a pleasure for our paths to continue to cross, and that God sees fit that we continue to be in each other's, energy field to help each other grow. So thank you for having me. Absolutely. So as well, the girls don't know, let me just tell you a little bit about myself, is what kind of my journey to being confident, because I didn't just, I always say I didn't just jump out of the womb being confident, but the truth is we all came out of the womb being confident until family members, till life, till teachers, till people we love started telling us who we weren't and what we can't do. And for me, my life started out at the age of 4, being abandoned by my birth mother, put in an orphanage, my brother and I. And as you girls can imagine, that left me feeling like, whoa, I'm not good enough. Something's wrong with me. I'm not lovable. And then my father married a woman who didn't accept me because I was of mixed race, and her coming from the South, there were some struggles about having this daughter of mixed race, and, from a white woman in her sphere. So growing up, that really, damaged my self-esteem, being bullied in school because, saying, oh, you think you're cute. You think you're cute because you got good hair, and all these things I went through that just kept pushing me down. And then that led to, trying to be accepted in relationships. So that, as you can imagine, led to bad relationships. Yeah. So all these things that kept pushing my esteem and my self-worth down. And I went through life angry. And it wasn't until I hit a certain pinnacle age in my life that, and I was working in corporate, that I said, you know what, enough is enough. And I had what I call my nervous breakthrough in Savannah.
I think we've all had that nervous breakthrough. Guys, you guys had that. I know I've had that for sure.
Yeah, my nervous breakthrough. That's when I began my journey to self-love and self-acceptance. And I started out as a beauty, because I was a makeup artist, professional makeup artist. And I started out as a beauty and self-love coach. And then as of recent, I just finished my master's degree. And my master's thesis work was in confidence, particularly in women entrepreneurs. And as I began to study that, that gave me, I was like, I found my place in the world. This is what I do. I didn't have the words for it. And so I help women not only have confidence, because I told you and I were talking, and I said, Nargis, there's a difference between confidence and authentic confidence, because I am an authentic confidence coach, not a confident, not coach, mentor, authentic confidence mentor. And the difference is there's that confidence that we get where people go, you read all these self-help books and you go out and you try to fake it till you make it. And you get some results. You get a little bit of results from that. But the thing is those aren't consistent, right, Nargis? We both have had those moments where we show up and then the self-doubt and the fear come into us, and we don't stay consistent. Authentic confidence, which comes from heaven, because Nargis knows everything I do has it has a spiritual context. I believe that comes, and it doesn't matter what your faith is, but that confidence comes from knowing that who you are is greater than your ego. It's greater than this flesh. You were sent here for something bigger than you. And so, and how you get into that space is having a shift in the mind, returning to the truth of who you are is how you develop authentic confidence.
Absolutely. I love that. I can literally feel that. Like, are you guys hearing this? Like, seriously, it's so true, because we take it on. Like, we are not, our dreams as entrepreneurs and as business owners, we are not ordinary people with ordinary dreams. We need some extraordinary stuff to help us along the way. Right? We can't be this whole fast food confidence where you're like, no, like it has to come from a different place. And I absolutely love that.
So I have to write that down, this fast food confidence. I love that.
If you use that, cut the check for me as well. All right. So, I really want to talk about, like, let's talk about that entrepreneur who has got some level of success, but there's that next bit. She wants to scale. Let's talk about it, because this is a lot of probably where the ladies in this group are, and because I'll be sharing this on other platforms as well. Let's talk about that doubt, that lingering doubt. They don't want to admit they're not feeling 100% confident. They've got their launch, they've got their client, but they don't talk to me about that, because we discussed that the other day, and I was like, oh my God, like I can totally understand and relate.
Right. And I can tell, I think any woman entrepreneur with success has this going on to some level. And there's, in what I found through my discussions with people like you and my own thoughts and I have a millionaire friend who struggles with confidence, but it's hard for us to admit it because we're leaders, we're coaches, we're successful. We look good on the outside, right?
Yeah, you better believe we're good on the inside.
That's right. Yeah, we got it together, right? And the truth is that on the inside, those voices keep coming up, and those voices from the past keep coming up because we don't have the tools to overcome those voices and shut them down. I teach this stuff, and those voices still try to come after me. But the difference is between me and that other woman who continues to struggle is I have tools to overcome that. And what happens is that when you don't allow yourself to get the support, to get the help that you need, you stay comfortable at this level of success that you're achieving, and you never reach the fullness of who you were meant to be. Just because, I'm making 100K now, I'm comfortable, I'm making money, I don't need to admit that I'm struggling. with getting to the next level. And what that also does, Nargis, is that keeps us from executing. So those of us that are hiring these 10, and let's move it up, 35K a year coaches, or even 3 months for 35K, and you're wondering why you don't get the results that they're promising. A big part of that is because in order to have, to reap those kinds of results, you have to have the confidence that matches that. You have to be vibrating at that level. And if your confidence is low, it's not going to happen.
No, it's not. And you need to be you need to be that new woman, that woman from that next step, right? And that's what it's going to take. And if you're not willing to admit that and get the support you need, you're not going to get there, and you will be stuck. And you see that, like you literally see that in all areas of your life. So guys,
can I say one thing? I just want to give one quick little tip to the ladies on that area, because the key to being in that place is the feeling. Is what I call the feeling tone. It's seeing your future self, because I do this future self exercise, seeing your future self and feeling into her. And it's from that place of feeling that we begin to emit the energy that's necessary to attract in and execute at that level.
I love that. Could you just talk a bit more about that? Because I was like, hey, that sounds like, without giving away too much, but can you just go? Because that's I do something like that when I meditate, but I didn't really word it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just really because what the thing about the mind is, the mind doesn't know that what it's experiencing isn't reality, isn't what's really happening. So the more every day, before you go into your day, you close your eyes and let's just say let's just put it in the context of what we do. You're going to go onto a sales call, right? So you can tap in. Imagine yourself having that conversation. I always have to close my eyes. Imagine yourself having that conversation with that woman and exactly how you want that conversation to go. And see yourself in your mind having a successful conversation. You're feeling the energy of you and her dialoguing back and forth. You're connecting. And all of a sudden you give your offer and she says yes. And imagine how that feels. And then feel that in your body. Feel that in your body. Feel that energy. Take it in. Open your eyes and take that energy to your phone call, because you know that what you just experienced is the truth.
Come on, seriously. Did anybody else feel that? Felt that. They're like, you're getting chills. Trust me, like, it's so true. There's some other, like I always talk about, there's some other thing, like, you don't have to do it alone. You really do need that support from the right people, and from whatever you believe that is, but from God or whatever. Like, it's so important. So talk to me about, like, if women don't recognize the need in themselves for that, go into a little bit more about, like, how can that affect not just their business, but all, because it's not just about business, right? It's the confidence is all aspects. How would that affect them without, like, what should they be looking out for, perhaps, is a better way, because sometimes they're not even conscious of it.
So, so let me clarify your question before I answer. So what you're asking me is, beyond business, how is not having confidence affecting them, and what are some of the blind spots?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So how confidence can be affecting you, number one, is you're saying yes to things that you don't want to say yes to. When you need to be, maybe taking some time for yourself, since this is self-love month, since you need to be taking some time for yourself, but you have become a yes person because you want to please people all the time. It's affecting you. And it may be affecting you. You're like, oh, I get so nervous, or you like the idea of being busy all the time.
Yeah.
that is an area.
They're getting tired because they're just saying yes to loads of stuff. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they're
you're away from important things, right? The things you should be doing because you're too busy.
Right.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, too, Nargis, is our energy is low. Okay, our energy is low because we don't have the confidence, and I'm going to do / courage, because courage is another word for confidence. If you look it up in the thesaurus, is they don't have the courage to say, no, I don't want to do this, or no, that's not a good fit for me. No, I don't want to be on your podcast because it's not a good fit. So you say yes to things that aren't in alignment with your soul and your call and your values. And so that's, that's one area. We stay in relationships that don't serve us, that tear us down because we're afraid. I mean, I can totally relate to that myself. We've all been there. So those are just a couple of the main areas. And then just taking it back to business. Are you charging your worth? Are you constantly negotiating your fees? I did that a lot in the beginning because I was like, nobody will pay me. Nobody will pay me what I'm worth. And that's a confidence issue. But we have to once we get into alignment with our truth, when we know who we are, which is the number one step of what I teach, is knowing who you are. When you know that, you become unstoppable. You become so confident in what you're here to do and what you bring to the planet. You don't accept just anything.
Absolutely. It's like, it's the game changer. It's the one thing that that is so essential, because you may know the strategies, you may know the business steps you've had, but then what are you gonna actually go ahead and do that? Are you gonna believe in yourself enough to move forward with your goals? So
say one area that you and I focus on is video. We know that's a huge area that women, that confidence, girl, how much money could they be making? How much more money could they be making if they showed up in a video?
Exactly. I honestly believe, like, if you look at the stats now of the way the internet is moving and the way that just everything is going, everything is going to be video. If you're not doing video for your business, you're leaving money on the table and you're getting left behind. Like, it's a fact. Like, look it up. So it's so important for you to be able to hone this skill of, I remember, the thing is, it's a skill, it's a habit you have to form, right? Because I remember the first time I did a video, I was shaking, like my voice was going funny. I was like, what is wrong? It's just a lens. I was at home. I wasn't even like live, right? And now it's like, no, let's get it done, because what's the difference? Like, I practiced the muscle, right? I had to practice. So okay, so you mentioned we talked a little bit about authentic confidence and just like normal confidence. Like, how does someone know, when they're actually in their zone, or when they're actually, like, how does someone know when they're proper in alignment, right, with that?
It becomes more effortless. You'll always, it becomes more effortless, and you'll find that you begin to be more consistent. You might still have that thing where, oh, I don't feel like doing this, but you're not going to experience, because what you'll know is when you have confidence in your body, you'll experience a lot of trepidation. You might experience, all these physiological responses. Your stomach might get tight and things like that. But when you have authentic confidence, you won't experience those type of physiological experiences, I guess, again, is the word, because you'll know that it'll be more about stuff like you're not feeling like doing it. You might struggle with, okay, what am I going to say? What's your intelligent questions? It doesn't have to do with self-doubt. It doesn't have to do with fear. You recognize that you are a vessel of the divine, not ego. You're not coming out, because a woman who is, and this is a key pointer, I'll say this, a woman who is in confidence is worried about this. You're going to hear I a lot. I'm worried about how I look. Oh, I don't like, my voice. I don't know if people are going to show up, on my video. I don't know if people, are going to buy my program. She's all up in ego. She has
Right.
edged God out. Ego. A
Oh,
woman who is in her authentic confidence, she may feel those things, but she remembers who she is. And who she is a vessel of the divine. Who speaks through her is the voice from above. She knows she is here to be used for a higher purpose. So she sets herself, her ego aside, and she allows herself to be used and stepped forth in her own divinity and glory. That's where your real confidence comes from. That's authentic.
come on, guys, show us some love. That was like, what? You just blew my mind. Honestly, it's so true. You do hear that, but I didn't ever connect the two. I didn't go, yeah, because I normally, the way I say it when people are nervous is like, or when people are, especially when it comes to video, I said, look, it's not about you. I always say it's about the message that you're trying to put forth. But that's probably a nicer way to say it, right?
The truth, and it's like, going back to, ancient, wisdom is, it's like, it says, don't worry about, what you will say, because I will give you the words to say. Spirit says it will give you the words to say.
Yeah.
And so, and I found it takes so much pressure off, Nargis, when I just go, okay,
Yeah.
not my will, but your will. Can go ahead and do your thing. Talk, use me. And then I hit that go live button, or I go get on that call. I always pray before I do stuff, like we did before we came on, because we want to invite spirit to be a part of that, because we are partnering. We are co-creating with the divine.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. So what are like some of the ways that you actually help? So say someone was to say to you, hey, I want to scale, I want to go to that next level, I'm struggling with confidence, or maybe I don't know what it is. Like, what are the ways that you help women? Like,
do you have all day? Do you have all day?
I'm like,
hey,
help us out.
So let me ask you this. When you ask me the ways, are you asking me the how, or are you asking me some of the results that have happened because of the confidence?
Give us both. Like, because it's sometimes with these things, it's hard to say, because it's probably not just like one or two tools, but you may just share, like,
Right. So what I'll share is I'll give the 5 steps, the process that I take women through. I'll just tell you that. So the first thing we do, Nargis, is we go through, like I said, identity, understanding your divine identity as well as your personal identity. And I use, as a organizational psychologist, I've learned how to use different assessments. So I use assessments to help women really learn who they are through scientific tools, so that they have the words to articulate who they are. And then we, go into spiritual, universal spiritual principles. That's why it doesn't matter what your religion is, but my work is grounded in spirituality. So it's first, who are you? Second, shifting that mindset. And these two work in tandem, because you've got to renew the mind. We get over 60,000 thoughts per day, and 80% of those are negative. So we must have tools to overcome those antidotes, as I call them. So we work on shifting the mind. Then, because I use video from day one, you learn to communicate, and you learn to get comfortable expressing yourself through this little hole here. And communication tools, because I'm a speaker, so I'm going to teach you about body language. I'm going to teach you how to speak, how to use your voice, how to use your words. Then we get into self-love and self-care, because if you don't know as a business woman how to care for yourself, how to have life balance, how to appreciate your body temple, You won't have the energy and the confidence you need to step out as you grow your business. And then 5 is we get into that personal brand aspect, because I'm an image consultant. So how you show up on the outside must be reflective of the woman on the inside. These two must be in alignment, or there's an incongruency, and people won't believe what you say. You can't tell me you're $1 million, coach, and you're going to help me make $1 million, and you look like $1. And women don't like to hear that, but it's the truth.
It's
People
true.
look at how we show up, because everything is speaking something. The accessories you wear, the colors you wear, your hairstyle, all of that is telling me something about you. And you haven't even said one word. I don't even want to meet you if you look mean standing over there in that corner. You look down, depressed, you don't smile. So all of these things are things I get into that help you show up with more confidence. When you enter a room and people are like, ooh, I want to meet her. There's something magnetic, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what's happened. Doing this work, people may think, oh, this is too woo-woo. But doing this work, I just had one of my real estate clients, since we worked together a year ago, she just hit $1 million. When she was working with me, she was working 3 jobs. And after only 3 months of working together, she was like, boom, I'm quitting those other 2 and I'm focusing on my real estate. That first year, she doubled her income. This year, because it's been a year and a half, she hit the $1 million club because she had the confidence to focus on what she wanted to do. Another one, you're afraid, like video. So many women I've helped with video, they're afraid to get in front of the camera. Boom. Yeah. What does that do? Up levels their business. I mean, the list goes on of the type of results, the possibilities that begin to open up for you. Your influence, your impact, and your income all shift when you shift your confidence.
Absolutely. Because it's felt, isn't it?
Yes.
Amazing. So I wanted to open it up to see if anybody had any questions about the subject of confidence, building confidence, even if it's to do with, on-camera stuff. Like, obviously here we're all about branding and visibility and all that stuff. So go ahead and ask your questions to Dorothy-Inez, because she'll be happy to answer those. Or you can put them, if you're watching the replay later, #replay, and just let us know, and she could reach out to you and answer them.
Be sure to tag me. If you do ask me a question, be sure to tag me so I don't miss it, because I want to be sure I answer that for you.
Wonderful. So some of the stuff people are saying, just looking at the comments, everyone just loves what you're saying, and saying they feel that with confidence, they understand, and that's why some of them don't want to be on camera. It's understandable, but like you're saying, with practice and with that work, that deep work that you do with people, they will be able to do that. So is there anything else you wanted to add? You want to talk about what did we not touch on? I just want to make sure, while I've got you, I'm picking your brain for everyone.
Yeah, like I said, I just really want to encourage women to consider what's really holding them back. Because like I said, so many of us, we keep hiring business coach, all these different coaches, and really the core of the issue is not that, the coach doesn't know what they're doing. It's that we don't have the confidence inside to execute at that level. We're not stepping out and doing things that have been put on our hearts, like hosting that first event, taking that speaking engagement, getting on that podcast. And like I said, in video, I keep bringing that up because it's huge. Getting on these videos and letting people see who you are, because the God in you, the divine in you, wants to express itself through you. And it's so important, ladies, that you put your ego aside and step out, because there are women waiting for you, men waiting for you, people that have been assigned to you, and they will miss out on the gift that is you if you don't show up. But you first have to show up for yourself and raise your hand and say, yes, I need help in this area. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I don't want to be held hostage by my thoughts anymore. I want a shift this year, because I want to show up and I want to receive the abundance that is mine, the abundance that is waiting. But you cannot get it if you don't shift your vibration. You don't step into the truth of who you are and operate from that centered and grounded place.
Mind blown. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. So tell me, like, if somebody wants to, so Tia's saying something, let's see. So there's a question, there's a couple of questions actually coming up. Maybe you could answer them.
I can't see them. I'm like, why can't I see the question?
Okay. So Tia's saying, God has given me a heart for youth girls 11 to 17, but who am I speaking to? Is it the parents? Any tips on this?
Oh, that's such a good question. Who asked this again?
Tia Lewis.
Tia, such a good question, because that's where I started my business out, was with younger girls in the beginning. I wanted to help teens and their mothers. And so, yes, it is the parents that you have to target, because they're the ones with the
money.
Yeah. So yeah, you would target the parents, and then what you would say, if it's teen girls, you want to, in your marketing, you want to say, are you a parent with a daughter from da 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 da? So you want to be specific who you're targeting, and if it's the moms or if it's both parents, you want to be real specific in your marketing. But yeah, definitely the parents.
Yeah, it's the parents. So, okay, another thing is, like, how can people deal with the fear of rejection when it comes to confidence and showing up on video, I suppose, and things like that?
Well, can I tell you, this is why I do what I do. My whole life has been about rejection. Like I shared with you, it started out with rejection. And what what I have to say, and this isn't a cliche, but you have to do the work that I'm describing to you. I have a counselor, and I keep a counselor to help me talk through those things. I've done all the work, all those steps I just shared with you, those 5 things. I've taken myself through every single one of those to help me with rejection, because when I know who I am, that's step number 1 that I shared with you, ladies. That is the key to overcoming rejection, because then you won't take it personal. When people don't buy your stuff, a lot of times it just means I need more information. A lot of times they don't have the confidence and the courage to say yes to themselves. They're struggling with the fear of, what if I invest and I fail? You see, because when you know who you are, you learn to not make it about you. Okay? And that's in everything in life, because I know I'm valuable. I know I have purpose. I know I am a gift. When those voices come in, you have the antidote for that. Right. You inoculate that shit out.
I love that. Absolutely. I hope that answers your question.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, because it's such a deep thing. I mean, fear of rejection is deep embedded in us, isn't it? Yeah.
Paralyzed. It keeps you from moving.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is, on the out, the work that I do was meant for me. Because I am that woman who, on the outside, I'd walk around in corporate. I looked fully confident girl, working my red suit, my shoulders back like my mom taught me, but on the inside, I was struggling with those voices, struggling with my father. Even to this day, my father's coming in, you're going to be homeless, you're going to be homeless, and I have to shut it down. Shut it down. No, I'm not, because this is why. And I come back to the I ams, the truth, because what you say to yourselves, ladies, is key. You are your own best friend. You talk to you more than anybody else does. And that's why what's in here must shift. This is why I work on mindset, because until you shift this thing here, you'll keep playing small. You'll keep playing small. No one will ever experience your light.
Yeah, absolutely. So people are saying, you know, take those thoughts captive, and it's a really good answer. It's such a deep, it's because you think, like you said, when we started out, confidence, you think it's a surface thing. And it's not. It's like it goes deeper into, it affects every area of your life as a business owner, as a you know, the CEO of your company, as a mother, as a wife, as everything. Like you know, because you walk around feeling like, for instance, I know, say you do a sales call and someone says, oh, not right now. You would, if you're feeling that fear of rejection, or if you're not, you'd think that's me. It's about me. They've rejected. It's not. It's their stuff. They're not ready. Maybe, do you know what I mean? I love the way you kind of separated that, and you've helped people like see that in a better way. So guys, if there's no more questions, I would just love to see, like, so if people want to work with you, and if any of the ladies are in this group or whatever want to work with you, like, how can they do that? How can they reach out to you and connect with you?
So the first way that they can connect with me is, right now I've opened up my program called the Christ Confidence Code, which is a group mentorship program, and it's in beta, so it's at a really reasonable investment, and we walk through all of those steps together. And it's a what do you call it, a hybrid of one-on-one and group coaching. So that's the number one way, and I'll put the link to that in the comments. The other way is just follow me on Facebook. Check out my group called Authentic Confidence for Women Entrepreneurs. Follow that and get to know me. And like I said, I'll put my my link in the comments, and I would just love to be of service to you and help you have the best 2019. So when Nargis is hosting one of her photo shoots, her video shoots, you can be like I was, hey, I got this, Nargis, hey, where you want me, girl?
Bang, bang.
You know? So just remember that authentic confidence is a state of thinking and a state of being, and it affects how you show up. And all of us, you know, as children of the divine, we need to return to the truth of who we are, and I want to help you do that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And guys, do reach out to Dorothy-Inez. She's, like she said, she's got her amazing group, which I've looked at. Like, it's not, I don't do interviews. I don't really bring people into my, you know, that I don't believe in. So it's really important that you guys check her out, connect with her, follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and all that good stuff. And yeah, so I will catch you guys next week with another training and another interview as well. So lots of love to you guys. And yeah, that's it. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.